Greetings to all. I am Dr. Susan Windham-Bannister, and I serve as the president and the chair of the National Board of the Association for Women in Science, AWIS. We're here today to celebrate the lifetime achievement of Her Royal Highness Dr. Nisreen El-Hashemite in service of global women's health and for her remarkable contributions to the advancement of women and girls in STEM. For her work and her numerous accomplishments, AWIS is awarding the Princess Doctor our 2020 Pinnacle Award. The AWIS Pinnacle Award honors an individual who has had a lifetime of innovative achievements in STEM and demonstrates a strong commitment to workplace diversity. Her Royal Highness, before I formally present you with the award, let me share with our audience just a bit about the work that has led AWIS to honor you. Princess Dr. Nisreen bint Prince Mohammed bin King Faisal bin H.R.H. Hussein El-Hashemite is the granddaughter of King Faisal bin H.R.H. Hussein, the first king of Iraq and founder of the modern state of Iraq. Dr. El-Hashemite is the first royal princess qualified in science and medicine with a bachelor's in biomedical sciences, a master's degree of science, a medical doctorate, and a doctorate of human genetics. The Princess Dr. El-Hashemite is an internationally recognized scientist and scholar, award-winning in science, arts, literature, and humanitarian affairs. And she is the author of several scientific papers, studies, and books. In 2007, she left her scientific career, a career that had included developing a technique to diagnose genetic disorders, to devote herself to promoting science, technology, and medicine through the Royal Academy of Science International Trust, RASIT, serving as executive director. She has been working to establish an Institute of Medicine and Public Health in the Middle East. She is the founder and president of the Women in Science International League and a passionate advocate for gender equality in science. She has worked tirelessly for the inclusion of female talents in science. The Princess Doctor also has had a major impact on the United Nations through her work in their sustainability agenda. And as part of her work, in 2015, she presented a resolution to the United Nations that declared February 11th the International Women's and Girls' Day in Science to recognize the role played by women around the world in science and technology. AWIS was very proud that the Princess invited us to participate in the 2019 International Women and Girls' Day in Science at the United Nations. The Princess Doctor also has established the UN's World Women's Health and Development Forum. Her work to make the world a better place, though, goes beyond her focus on women. She is the founder of the Mute International Program, which promotes, protects, and ensures equal human rights for the deaf and hearing impaired. And she is the co-founder of the Culture for Peace program to promote peace through the arts. Most recently, the Princess Doctor has turned her attention to one of what is referred to as the global grand challenges, and that is the issue of access to clean water, an issue which disproportionately affects girls and women. All of us at AWIS celebrate you, Your Royal Highness, and we look forward to building our relationship with you by participating in the development of the 6th International Day of Women and Girls in Science at the United Nations Assembly, which will be held on February 11th and 12th in 2021. Without further ado, on behalf of AWIS, the Association of Women in Science, it is my great pleasure and my honor to present to you the 2020 Pinnacle Award in honor and in recognition of your lifetime achievement in STEM and your commitment to workplace diversity and to global health and well-being. Congratulations, Your Royal Highness, and thank you for your work.
Thank you very much indeed. I wrote something, and if you allow me to read, it is with a profound sense of gratitude to my fellow women in science colleagues and friends, everyone at the Association for Women in Science, for bestowing on me the Pinnacle Award. I'm greatly humbled and honored to be receiving this award. To hear such wonderful and heartfelt descriptions of my own achievements has elevated my spirit enormously. Thank you very much indeed. Well, I consider it a privilege to help people, youth, children, women and girls in science, and the humanity in general. While awards are wonderful to receive, just knowing that you have helped a human being is truly reward enough. I am one of those fortunate people who goes home knowing that I make a difference in people's life. My greatest reward is being Nisreen, the daughter of Prince Muhammad and the Sharifa Fatima. I couldn't achieve this or any of this success without the love and support of my family. Dr. Susan, dear friends, I would like to dedicate this award to my mother, Her Royal Highness Sharifa Fatima Al-Hashemite, the true honorable great lady. Without her, I couldn't be the person I am today. To my three brothers, Prince Professor Adel, Prince Adnan, and Prince Ahmed, who encouraged me all the time, supported me, and put me steps ahead of them. To the soul of my father, the late His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Faisal of Iraq, who invested in my who invested in youth equally, who envisioned a sustainable and equal future through science and education. Dear friends, we are meeting today virtually because of the pandemic. Allow me also to dedicate this award to our fellow colleagues, the women in science, as well as our colleagues, men in science, who are working hard to save people's lives, and to the soul of colleagues who lost their lives while in duty. Dear friends, in 1998, my journey starting with the first international conference on the rights of women in science, followed by the first Muslim Women in Science conference, which its outcome endorsed by the heads of states of Islamic countries in the year 2000, and further working at national and regional levels, all the way to the UN General Assembly resolution proclaiming February 11 our day, the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. Throughout the years, we have achieved a lot, from bringing global recognition to the role of women in science in sustainable development programs, to the international community commitments to empower women and girls in science, the inclusion of disabled women in science, all the way to the role of women in science and diplomacy. Now, we are moving towards the role of women in science and what kind of role they can play in driving innovation economy. This is the theme of the 6th International Day of Women and Girls in Science to be held on 11 and 12 February 2021. As most of women in science are specialized in biomedical sciences and medicine, my vision is to highlight on the role of women in science in water and its nexus, food and energy, on the role of women scientists for the oceans, which are the lungs of our planet, and further to bring the social aspects and cultural dimensions into STEM to revive and drive innovation economy. I look forward to working with the for Women in Science to achieve such a goal. Finally, dear friends, today, the 4th of December, is a very special day for me. For history, as women and girls do not know the long process we went through to achieve February 11, I would like to mention to you, like today in 2015, the UNGA Second Committee adopted the resolution proclaiming February 11 as our day and sent it to the General Assembly for adoption. And today, I am honored by this remarkable and prestigious award, the Pinnacle Award, from my dear colleagues and dear friends at the AWIS. I'm so grateful and I thank you so much for such honor.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness. Thank you for your wonderful comments and for sharing some insights about your journey thus far, because we know you have many things that you are yet to achieve and that you are working to achieve. Before we close, I would like to say just a bit more about AWIS. The Association for Women in Science was founded in 1971 and is a global network that inspires bold leadership research and solutions that advance women in STEM, that spark innovation, and that promote organizational success and drive systemic change. We have been busy this past year, as have you, Your Royal Highness, and some of our recent activities include, I just want to share a few of them, 2 new scholarships for AWIS members, including the Distinguished Doctoral Research Scholarship and the Scholarship for Career Reentry. A new webinar series that AWIS has been offering with inspiring thought leaders like the New York Times bestselling author Marie Benedict, MacArthur Fellow Dr. Paulina Lishko, and the founder of Black Girls Do STEM, Cynthia Chappell. We have submitted an open letter standing against racial injustice and supporting anti-racism resources to help our allies unlearn biases. We have signed on to a letter calling for the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine to undertake a study that acknowledges and assesses systemic racism in academia. We have opposed the executive order by the current president, which restricted diversity training that include concepts of unconscious bias and white privilege. And we have been hosting conversations on harassment and bias following a private screening of the documentary Picture a Scientist. I warmly invite you to join us at awis.org. Please become a member of our network and continue the fight with us for equity in the workplace so that women are hired, compensated, and advanced without bias. Again, thank you for joining us. Please join me in congratulating Her Royal Highness. And I wish all of you health and good things and peace in the coming year. Thank you.